Hi everyone, we're doing a career reading today. Talk about what you're passionate about, what you're meant to do. A few additional messages in here for you. I made a career oracle deck, a bunch of them. And there's 12 crystals, so 12 different readings to make sure you get the right one. Keep in mind, I will do these for personal readings too. My information is below if you want to get more in-depth for you. 1 is Silverleaf Jasper. 2 is Chevron Amethyst. 3 is a piece of this Lemurian Quartz. These are likely linked either for you or your life partner or someone prominent in your life. 4, Black Tourmaline. 5, Aquamarine. 6, Serpentine. 7, Tangerine Quartz. 8, Turquoise. 9, Smoky Quartz. 10, Moonstone Chipstone. 11, the Lemurian Quartz, and 12 is Blue Apatite. Okay. So, Silverleaf Jasper helps set healthy boundaries. So, pile 1, you need to set boundaries with the people around you. Some of you, it's with a boss that you have who has more influence and power over you than you may realize. For some of you, it's a parent. Others of you, it's just the toxic patriarchal structures of our society because you have a different ideal. And it's meant to be because society is shifting. And also boundaries within your own mind. Any kind of self-defeating thoughts or ideas about yourself. Like casting those out for good. Okay? Let's see. Let's get into the oracle. There's so many. Okay. Silverleaf Jasper. I'm hearing family. A lot of you, it's family. Wow. Got law. Interview. Animals. Politics. Therapy. Merchandising. Marketing. And healthcare. Oh, that's a lot. Okay. Okay. Also, I'm being drawn to the bottom of the deck, which is writer. But I think it's more just about like getting your ideas out there, communication. Okay. So, animals, animal activism, helping people to understand animals more, making sure they have rights, documenting and getting the information out there about how they're treated. Where they live, where they come from, animal rights, animal activism. That's meant for you in some way, like one aspect of your career. With marketing, I get like self-marketing, like you being your own brand, that kind of a deal. Like you being the example that people look up to just by being you. Therapy, I think that your ideas, your specific, unique ideas are meant to be therapeutic for others. Like you just, like marketing yourself, being out there in the spotlight, and sharing your ideas, it's going to help shift people's thinking. It's going to help people to like love themselves more. I want to be a better version of themselves. Like, for some of you, you are meant to be in some type of therapy, like, but I'm getting the sense that like just by you communicating your ideas, whether it's like through writing or like your interviews that you write about, interviewing others. Like I'm channeling a talk show or like a TED talk. Like you're meant to help shift the laws surrounding animals and the treatment of animals by communicating either through writing or speech, interviewing, or maybe both. Politics and law are coming through here. Yeah. Yeah. You're politically speaking, politically communicating. With healthcare, I get the sense that like you may be interested in like zoology or veterinary studies. Regarding animals, though, specifically, for some of you, you're already in the field of healthcare. It's like your 9 to 5 or merchandising. I'm hearing corporate merchandising. I think that's like where you're at now for some of you. This is only for some of you. There's a specific reason why you've been in these fields or this field, and it's been meant to teach you lessons, and it's been supportive and safe. It's given you stability, but you're meant to like challenge the status quo, like I was talking about. Animal activism, changing laws. With therapy, I mean, I really feel like, oh my gosh, for some of you, being a therapist for animals. Yeah, definitely. I already did this pile, and the video cut off, and the original ones that came out were photography, videography, animals, and influencer. So, take that how it resonates. There's definitely a need for a transition in your life to something more fulfilling regarding animals and activism and being your own brand, like being in the spotlight. Yeah. All right, let's see. I'm going to do different clarifiers this time. Okay. Yeah, there's a specific power play here. So for those of you where it's like you need to set healthy boundaries with other people in your life who are influencing your career decisions too much, it's a woman, Queen of Wands and Queen of Cups reversed. It's either like your partner or your mother. They have too much influence over what you do, and they manipulate you through your emotions. It feels like a toxic dynamic. It may be not always toxic, maybe karmic. Actually, yes, I was channeling karmic relationships the first time I did your pile, Knight of Cups. And then it kind of keeps you in an emotionally confused state where you're not moving forward with what you're really passionate about, with the Knight of Cups being reversed. So, yes. This is a general reading. Take what resonates. But for all of you, you have to like set boundaries with anyone else in your life who's trying to tell you to like be practical. Because what you're meant to do is going to be practical in the end, but it's going to be about taking a risk. So we've got, I can't say those anyway, so I'm just going to move them. We've got the Moon in reverse. Yeah, you're not honoring your feelings about what you really want to do in life. It's like you hand the reins over to, for some of you, it's the toxic patriarchy of like self-aggrandizement, power through status and the things you own, and like the hierarchy of society, which is toxic in nature and a false sense of power. But for others of you now, what's coming through here is like toxic matriarchy. So manipulating through emotions, manipulating someone to do what you want through manipulating their feelings. So you're not honoring your feelings with the Moon in reverse. So for some of you, it's both. It's like toxic matriarchal and toxic patriarchal within the society. But for what's coming out right now, there's a specific woman. Okay. All right. But you're also closing out a big cycle in your life. Like, I think for a lot of you, it's like with this woman or the toxic matriarchy or the toxic patriarchy, like I said, which would be the Knight of Cups reversed. If that story didn't apply, the original story. Yes, that ties into the original reading. This would be like the Prince in reverse from the Archetype Oracle deck. Yeah, this is like seeking power for self-aggrandizement, okay? So there's, yes. There's an addressing of toxic matriarchy and toxic patriarchy, but the matriarchy is coming out a little more dominant this time. I think just so both are expressed. This is you completing a cycle, though, in your life where you're not going to allow those energies to influence you anymore, whether it's coming from a specific person or people or just society in general. I think you've kind of allowed the ideas of society to affect you too much, but society is shifting, which is probably also instrumental in helping you close this cycle where you start relying on your own power. There's a strong need, though, to like really honor how you're feeling. Like you're ignoring your feelings. And your feelings are directly linked with what you're supposed to be doing in life. So take your power back. Also, travel. Travel is meant to be a part of your calling. Like traveling and also seeing all these animals. Traveling the world, documenting what's going on with animals, shifting the politics of what's going on with animals. King of Swords and the Seven of Swords. Moving away from the toxic patriarchy and standing in your own power in like a masculine way, which would be about like getting your ideas out there into the world, your willpower, your status, but in like a place of love, not self-aggrandizement. Communication with the swords. See how it's like moving away from the deception and standing in your power, and as a king, which is how you express yourself out in the world, being an influencer. Yeah, exactly. I do want to do the dragon oracle again because they were really epic. So we've got the white gold dragon from Lyra, connects you to the highest Christ light. You also got the Messiah from the archetype oracle deck the first time I did your reading, which is about like your specific message getting out to humanity, something that can only happen through you. You standing in true power, not power for self-aggrandizement, power of love to take care of everyone, including animals, being the voice for animals. Develop your causal chakra, bathe in ninth dimensional Christ light. I think you're a very evolved being. I think there's a very strong reason that you're called to this because it's all about shifting structures, shifting karmic structures, because you are willing to change the karmic structures of your life. You're at a place in your life right now where you're already doing it. It's already happening. This cycle, this toxic cycle is closing in your life where you give your power to others, whether it's society or someone else. Yeah, so that will allow like your ancient higher self to really express itself through you, to actually create change in the karma of society, because those structures are much bigger than the karmic structures that you're breaking in your life. But it's good training. White gold, beautiful. Purity, royalty. Yeah, you're a very old soul. Are there any more? The first time I did this reading, it was all about you tuning into the power of love. And you got two dragons that were like pink in color. And pink as color therapy was a message for you, as well as your last card was all about you're going through like a transition, a time of great change in your life right now. And which will come with anxiety. So just find ways to handle it, because you are safe, you are protected, and this is meant to happen. You're changing for the better. Yeah. You're moving away from deceptive behaviors. You're moving away, like, you're not going to run from yourself anymore. You're going to stand in your power. Okay. Your final two dragon cards are Deep Blue Dragon, keeps you safe by clearing your pathway. Yeah, there's a reason why you're wrapping up all these karmic cycles within yourself and with others right now to have this fresh start. You're being assisted because you do have a divine mission. Trust that you're protected. Walk on a path of life. Like, walk on a path of light. Well, and life. But specifically, know that you're protected. Know that you're guided. You're not alone in this. Spirit and God and the universe and your angels and your guides and your ancestors, they're all looking out for you. They're all keeping you protected. Your energy may feel low at times. You are going through a big change. But you are protected, okay? And that message came out the first time I did this reading too. So it's like double message of like, don't be scared. You are protected. Your energy is protected. This is all happening for a good and better reason. Your life's going to get better because of this. Green gold it's time to wrap up toxic cycles with other people, with yourself. Okay, these just popped out. Animals and marketing. So take that how it resonates. Brings universal, green gold dragon from Sirius. Brings universal knowledge to your spiritual pathway. Learn about spiritual technology. Be a transmitter of sacred knowledge. Ooh, I want to read that one. Yeah, this is all about like your spiritual path, standing in your power and being an influencer, but also like traveling the world, giving animals a voice, expressing yourself artistically through communicating, shifting people's thinking by just being yourself and communicating. I definitely want to get the book. Hold on. You got gold again. Green gold, white gold, gold. And deep blue. Color therapy. Green gold dragon. Yeah. Figure out which part I want to read to you. These magnificent dragons work in these academies of light and carry the keys and codes of spiritual technology of the future in their energy fields. Their mission is to spread this to all those who are ready, to help bring in the new golden age. These dragons are cosmic travelers, and like all dragons, help us to move through the dimensions. In addition, they will guide and protect us on our interdimensional journeys between Earth and other parts of the universe, especially if we aspire to be an intergalactic master. Drawing this card suggests you invite these luminous beings to swirl around you, touching your chakras with the sacred geometry of the universe. Then ask them to tune you into any aspect of higher knowledge you can bring forward now. Sit quietly and allow this to happen. You may receive a download of information, or various keys and codes you carry in your soul may light up. That's what I'm feeling. Like, you're so ascended. You are such an old soul, possibly even a starseed. Actually, likely a starseed. And you have specific keys and codes and knowledge within your energy field. Once you stand more in your power, that are just going to be very natural to you, and then they're meant to be shared. So, beautiful. Also, animals help you, so pay attention to animal messages. Any animal that comes into your experience, look up the symbolism, because animals love you and feel particularly like guided to communicate with you and support you, and vice versa. You know what I mean? It's like a balanced type of relationship. Like, you're meant to help them, but they're also meant to help you. So, okay. 2. Oh my god, this could be so long. This is so great though. Chevron Amethyst. Your career path. Bear with me. There's a crap load of oracle cards. Yes, this one. Politics. Oh. Politics came out for the first one too. There we go. Politics, government, journalist. Okay, political journalism. Engineer. Visuals. For some of you, it's starting your own business where, like, you are kind of a jack of all trades. Like, you're an engineer, so you can take care of, like, the structures of the actual physical, like, brick and mortar store that you're at. And then you also make it, like, very visually appealing, like almost in a feng shui, you know, where the flow is right for retail. You know how that is? For some of you, it's like you've already been studying this. You know what I'm talking about. You want the flow to be right. You want the visuals to, like, specifically communicate something. You want everything to, like, be available visually so people know what they're looking for and what's available. But then you also will know how to, like, take care of the place. So let's get one more for this. It's like either your pile is either supposed to be like a political journalist, and I'm getting kind of almost like a secret agent, like government insider kind of vibe. Like in with the in crowd, but then also to expose them. Fashion, yeah. Fashion, visuals, and engineer. Let's get one more for engineer. Photographer. Yeah. Some of you, it's your own business. We're like, you are the photographer for all your ads and your marketing. And you also know how to take care of the place. And also help to, like, create the place. Like, you can work with the architects and the engineers, because like you understand, even if you're not an engineer yourself, and actually like have some unique and novel ideas about engineering. And then we have visuals, the visuals of your actual store, the visuals of your advertising, like your marketing, whatever it is, your social media, and it has to do with fashion. This could be actual clothing, but this could also just be like what trends, what's in. Like you could have an actual like fashion brand that you can be the jack of all trades for, but then this can also just be about like a specific trend, or you just always know what's trendy and you can like flow with that. Like there's definitely an element of like you being in the flow, you knowing how to direct the flow, either with the trends or with your actual store, the message you're conveying. Yeah. Okay. Now I'm also seeing military for some of you. Okay, that goes with the politics, government, journalist, and military category. And then videographer, which goes with the fashion, visuals, engineer, photographer, videographer. Now I just want to see, just in case, if there's any more for the engineer. I know you can't see, you can see him a little. One more for the engineer, if there is. I just really feel like social media, that definitely goes with those of you who want to start your own fashion brand or have your own store, like a retail store. But it could also just be on social media. Like it might not be a brick and mortar store. And you might just understand like the engineering, the structures of the platforms you use for social media. But then also we've got engineer and healthcare. So I'm getting this as like a innovator for healthcare, but let's get more, if I may. Yeah, merchandising again for the fashion pile, influencer. Okay, so that's definitely, but engineer and healthcare. This is for a very small group of you. Okay, beauty. Okay. That's what it is. Okay. This could be interlinked, beauty and fashion. Engineering your own beauty line, creating it yourself, the structures in that way, like actually like making like the, like the actual products in terms that are actually healthy for you. Like this pile feels like you would be interested in like natural beauty, that's actually good for you, healthy, or interconnecting beauty and health as well as fashion. You're a jack of all trades. You can handle the social media, the photography, the videography, the merchandising. You are an influencer because your brand is so unique. It's likely fashion and beauty and with a hint of healthcare in there. Yeah. And then for like even like about half of you, it's like it's all about like being part of the military or the government or getting into politics, but then you're going to start to see how things work and what's wrong, and then you're like actually going to get the information out there like through journalism. Not saying it's all bad, but definitely feel like you're meant to be an insider to get the inside out. Yeah. Okay. Okay, pile number 2. So that's what's up. It's either military or beauty and fashion. But yeah, I definitely feel jack of all trades could apply for like you even being in the military or the government or in politics. Like you just know how to do everything, which I think is why you'll be able to ascend in the ranks quite quickly and understand how things are moving and how things are going on. But I definitely feel like an expose that needs to be done through you. Sorry, but yes, I do. Now let's see. I think you're also going to make some friends in the military. Like they're not all bad. You know what I mean? All right. So we've got for humanity's sake. Yeah. Whatever you're called to do, whether it's like beauty and fashion through being an influencer and owning your brand and basically doing all the things and being good at it, or getting into government, politics, military, and then going from there, moving up in the ranks and figuring out like what you want to do with that. Whatever it is, it's for humanity's sake. Whatever you're called to do, okay? And you'll know. It'll just be like a burning urge inside of you of what you need to do. Yeah. A lot of unexpected change, too, with your career. I'm hearing good, but it's going to require you to be brave and hardworking. Mercury, yeah, it's all about communication. Communicating with your comrades, with those you work with your employees, with everyone involved in your profession, but then also communicating to the public, whether it's the government job or the fashion and beauty job. Yeah, communicating for humanity's sake. Learn or teach. So you're meant to learn about what you're doing in order to teach what's going on. I think it's pretty self-explanatory with the government. And then with the fashion and beauty, I think it's like you're meant to teach about how like fashion and beauty can be good for your health. Offer new perspectives on it. Maybe teach about how this ingredient is really beneficial in this way. You know what I mean? Like, you're meant to teach about fashion and beauty from a healthcare perspective, is what I'm feeling. And grow and expand. I think that no matter which one is true for you, that it's going to become a big business, or you're really going to become high in the ranks. A lot of like high status and a lot of money. I'm feeling that with good fortune as well, with Jupiter. And then with the sun, the gaining of respect. Yeah. Like I said, you're going to get like high status from this, from what you're doing. And you're meant to tell the truth. Things brought to life or light. Things brought to light. You're meant to bring the truth to light. That's why you've been given the power of the status that you're going to get, or you're already in the process of getting through your job. Yeah. Bottom of the deck, responsibly, success, become a person of power and status. Boom. I don't even need to read anymore for you. I mean, that's straight up to the point. I feel like I can't even... Nope, that's it. That's your reading. Like I said, if you want personal reading, my information is below. All right, we've got the piece of the Lemurian Quartz. Like I said, pile number 11, it's either you at another point in your life, or your life partner, or like a family member or a best friend. They're correlated in some way, so let us see. Coffee. All right. Pile 3, or crystal 3, piece of the Lemurian Quartz. Oh, yes. Okay. So we've got internship, equality, animals, musician, travel, investor, and community. Wow. And system. All right, let me take another drink of my coffee. Just meditate on those words for a second. Okay, so internship. There's a split message here. Either you are being called to go intern for somebody who is doing exactly what you want to do, or you're being called to have an internship at your job for someone to apply for, because this intern is going to have a lot to teach you and can help you out a lot, okay? It's one or the other. Either you're meant to intern, or you're meant to have someone intern for you at some point in your career. For some of you, this applies now. Take it and run with it. It'll be very helpful. It's like a calling. Okay, so let me put these. I gotta group them together. Group readings. It's funny. It's like all over the place, but I can manage the energy. Okay, quality, community. Yes. Animals, travel. Okay, system. Yeah. Okay, traveling musician. That's for some of you. I think for some of you, actually, like, it's kind of like, travel with a musician because you want to be a musician. offer your services in some way, or if you're a traveling musician, look for someone who wants to come along and help you. Let's get some more information about the animals. Therapy. Animal therapy. All right, let's get a little bit more. Technical, military, journalist. Huh. Okay. Healthcare. Documentary. Okay, yeah, I got it. Thank you. Okay, this is a general reading, but they all have a specific tie, so bear with me and take what resonates. So we've got, let me get the identifiers for all three piles. There's clearly a three-way split here with a common tie. Okay, let's see here. The travel and the musician. Some of you are meant to break out of your corporate job to become a traveling musician. I'll show you all these cards. Okay, yeah, I got that. All right, and then what's the internship? Social media. Okay, for some of you, there's a musician that you are obsessed with and you idolize and you just love them so much and you feel like you understand them on a very deep level. I'll show you the cards, but let me channel the information. Okay? And you're meant to help them out with social media because they're not very good at it. So you're meant to offer your services. It's like about you being brave and reaching out and being like, look, I'm really good at social media. I'd love to intern for you and travel with you. And for some of you, it's the other way around. It's like you're the musician and you know you're not good with social media and you need to hire an intern. Now there's another another message here. Some of you are meant to break out of your corporate job with this coming out reversed and become that traveling musician you've always wanted to be. Okay? Now, if you're not in a corporate job, but that still resonates, it's like break out of the system that you're in right now, okay? Maybe you're under contract with somebody or something, and you can be a traveling musician and still have a family, okay? If that's part of your hesitation, Spirit is here to tell you, you can have it all. You can do that. You can make it work. People already do it and make it work, okay? And then we've got social media internship here. I really feel like that goes with the traveling musician and breaking out of corporations or structures or contracts. But this may just be a common tie. Because the other two piles, we've got system, equality, community, and investor. Okay, now this is for another group of you. You're meant to invest in a community initiative regarding equality that shakes up the systems that are in place. Okay? Possibly have a social media internship about this, like regarding this, okay? Like if you're not the investor who wants to invest in this, then you may actually be the community initiative for equality that is challenging the systems in place right now. That's meant to shift the systems to become more equal in nature. And you need an investor, okay? And by hiring a social media intern, you'll meet your investor. Like it's going to be their parent or their grandparent or something. Whoa. Wow, this is really cool. Okay, there's that area. And then we've got documentary, healthcare, military, journalist, technical, animals, therapy. This is so much like pile 1, I think. Pile 1 or 2. So I think they're interrelated. But it's different. Let's see. There's a message here of exposing the military animal experimentations or the way that they're treating or using animals. Being a journalist about that. And then there's a message of animal therapy, being an animal therapist. Being a journalist about the health care of animals. I'm definitely hearing expose, because there's documentary here as well. And like I said, I'm not saying all the military is bad. I'm just saying that, like, in some ways. It can be, just like any system can be. A corporation can be. A family can be, politics, yeah. Expose. Yeah, this could even be interrelated with the Community Equality Initiative, maybe about animals having equal rights, or more rights in general, being treated more like decent beings that they are. I saw that. Leader. You're meant to lead change. Yeah. You're meant to change the technicalities of like what are the laws of what's okay for the treatment of animals, and it has to do something with the military and politics. Okay. A lot of messages. Like I said, if you want a personal reading where it's literally just for you, my information is below. Let's keep going. So it's either, to wrap that up, it's either leaving the structures of your corporation or your contract, whatever you're doing right now, to become a traveling musician and have a family, which also has to do with a social media internship that applies in there in some way. Or it's about like community activism regarding equality, and then the internship plays in there as well. The need for an investor or for you to invest. And then the third area, which by the way, it could be a combination, okay? Third area is about like exposing the politics of animals and how they're treated in terms of healthcare and politics, and military. Sorry, politics came out twice. But the animals are definitely involved with the politics and the military, so yeah. Okay, let's get this one. Okay. Be realistic. Your concerns are realistic in terms of an expose, okay? Like, and your fight for equality, and like, should you be a traveling musician and have a family and leave your like safe, comfortable life that you have? And it says you must wait before you can with Saturn. Trust the timing of your passions. It will bring you freedom. Saturn in the 11th house. Beautiful. Read what's at the top. Also, trust your associations and your circle of friends that come through you pursuing your passions, because you will all make each other stronger and safer. You'll protect each other. You'll defend each other. What you want to be known. Whatever it is, out of all of those, it's like you communicating information about what you know and what you've experienced and seen. To shift people's beliefs about what's actually going on. And for some of you, it's like you're shifting, like your specific, like the way that people look at you and see you, like who you are and how you function in society. Like you want to be known more as like an artist, like a musician type. Okay. You don't want to always be seen as like the practical, stable one. Like you want to like be free. You want freedom to pursue your passions and have it all. Like you can be stable, but then also free, like you want to be able to show that to people. You don't want to have to be one or the other. Beauty. Your pursuit of beauty. And what I mean is like the beauty of your ideals, the beauty of your expression, creative expression. Also physical beauty, like to show that there is a deeper level to that. And there's nothing wrong with appreciating that, wanting to express that. You're meant to like bring the ideals of beauty back. You might need a bath. No, I'm not saying like you stink, but you might need like a salt bath to purify your energy. And get your energy more organized, less scattered. Also, you're being called to interview someone who's doing what you're doing already, or interview that community initiative that you've been excited about. Interview the person who's involved. See where that takes you. The ripple effect. Reach out. Or if someone's reached out to you for an interview, definitely take it and see where it goes. Because I have a feeling that's going to be a comrade of yours. Or at least instrumental in helping you get to like the next chapter. Internship is coming out again. Okay. And and social media and investor. And then I'm also seeing videographer and artist. So, themes, right? Cool. That's your reading. No matter how short or long they are, I can always tell when the information is out. Okay. Pile 4, Black Tourmaline, your career. We've got a bit of a mess with the oracle cards. The last pile, it was like 3 different areas of career with a lot of cards. So let's get them a little more organized. All right, Black Tourmaline, protect this dream. Yeah, it's like your baby. Okay. Yep. Yep. Okay. All right, we've got teacher, education, travel. Some of you are already in education or a teacher, and that trip you've been wanting to take is going to actually expand your horizons in terms of your career. Take that trip, okay? We've got activist, photographer. Some of you are meant to pursue activism through photography. Whatever you find to be beautiful, to show people different, how beauty can exist in everything. That's your calling. We've got community. I feel like that goes with education and teacher and community. I think that there's a way that you want to help your community more. You've been feeling this urge inside of you, whoever is in education or a teacher already. Like you could be like a principal or you could be like on the board. You know what I mean? You don't necessarily have to be a teacher. But you've been wanting to help your community. You see a specific issue in the community that needs help. And by you taking this trip that you've been really wanting to take, it's actually going to be extremely surprising because it's going to inspire new ideas in you, or you're going to meet someone important to help you with this community issue. Yes. And we've got structure and healing. Yeah. There's some type of healing needed within the structure of the education system you are specifically working in, or your community, or both. Now, for those of you where you're not a teacher or in education or have a calling to it, there's a message here of you just need to go travel right now. Like you need to travel where you've been wanting to go. Like I said, it's the same thing. You're either going to meet someone or have some new idea because you're going to have fresh perspective and fresh energy that you need to know or see or meet for the next level of your career, whatever it is, okay? Because with the structure in need of healing card being reversed, it's like the structures of your life right now are not working for you, which is why you feel depleted of energy and a lack of passion for your life. The travel that you take will be healing, and it'll give you fresh perspective for what to do next. Okay. And I think it's something artistic, something more artistic, a side job that could turn into something more. It's either going to be like photography or whatever you find to be beautiful, okay? Or this is a specific, different group of people where photography, beauty, and activism all goes together. I think there's more cards, so we're going to group them. It's going to be a long-ass reading. Artist, yes, I was feeling that. Travel and artist. Some of you are meant to be a traveling artist, and you will find like what you need when you travel. It will come to you because it's what you're meant to do. The structures of your life that have seemed safe up until now are not good for you with the healing in reverse. You're meant to be a traveling artist. Can we get some more information on that? Well, okay, the cards. The cards will come out. Let's see, activist, photographer, and beauty. I think we pretty much encapsulated that. Education, teacher, and community. We encapsulated that. Are there any more that want to come out? No. So we've got travel and artist together. We've got education, teacher, and community together. We've got healing in reverse with structure, changing the structure of your life because it's not healing, or changing the structure of society or the education system or the system that you're working in because it's not working. The new ideas you have, the new people you meet will help to heal it. Then we've got activist, photographer, and beauty, which all go together. Sorry, my finger's in the way, but I know some people are visual, so I wanted to like do that. Okay, definitely feeling an animal card, which is funny because you didn't get animal and the other piles did, but I am. So here we go. Oop. Now there's a need for heart healing with Archangel Raphael and Mary. They're all about heart healing. The cow, give with unconditional love and grace through the sharing of ideas. Yeah, I think a lot of you, if not all of you, when you take this trip, I think all of you are being called to take a trip to wherever you've been thinking about. It's like you already know. It's meant to give you new ideas for your career. Like when you come home, you're going to have new ideas about what to do next. But I also am getting a really strong message that most, if not all of you, are going to meet someone when you travel. You're going to share ideas. You're either going to end up working together or they're going to give you like the information that you needed. So, yeah. Give with unconditional love and grace. It's beautiful. You have a very giving spirit. You want to help heal. You have like a very motherly, nurturing nature about you, whether you're a man or a woman. And that's part of your life's calling, like your career, no matter what you do, no matter which one of these applies for you. I mean, some of you really just need to take a trip. You need to meet new people. You need to explore new ideas. You need to be in a new place. You just need fresh energy. But I'm definitely getting like artist vibes or education vibes. Is there any more? Ooh. Okay. So we've got the cow. We already talked about the cow. And we've got the snake. The elemental kingdom, fire, earth, air, and water. Acting in accordance with your nature, your true nature. We're made of the elements. But then also going somewhere elemental. Like if you don't know where it is that you should go, think of it like this. Like, do you want to go somewhere for earth energy, water air energy, fire energy, or air energy? Now, when you choose that, it'll narrow it down. Like, do you need to go to the mountains? Do you need to go to the beach? You know what I mean? Like, do you need to go somewhere where it's like fresh air? Like, what kind of air? Like, do you want to go somewhere more spiritual or somewhere more relaxing? Like, trust where your heart is telling you because there's a reason, okay? Try to trust more your heart than your logic. Live according to your divine essence. Yeah. I'm just feeling an energy of like being true to who you are because even if it seems illogical, it's all going to work out in the end. Wolf, be independent but work together. Yeah, it's like you have this like leaderly, solitary, powerful like presence about you that people admire. And I think you find it a little hard like to like fit into the structures that are already in society, and there's a reason for that. Like you are meant to be a leader. You're meant to be independent and inspire people through that, but then you're also meant to work with others and help shift the structures that you don't fit into because there's a reason why you don't. It's like society and the structures have a lot to learn from you, and everything is shifting. So see how it all ties in? Be independent, but work together. Also, you may want to work with Archangel Zariel. They're very like willing to come and help like with meditations or yeah, you might want to research this archangel. You definitely have like independent wolf, like lone wolf vibes, but in a really good, positive, inspiring, powerful way, whether you know it or not. People do silently respect and admire you, and you're different for a reason. So you've got the dolphin. Live joyfully in the present. Yeah, I'm just seeing you like, I'm really channeling like a beach and water. Maybe even like a cruise if you were thinking about taking a cruise for some of you. Yes. I'm seeing you like in relaxing on your trip. That's actually going to be extremely healing for you. Like joy and being in the present moment is going to heal you and it's going to help you figure out what to do next. The way a dolphin is. Also, we have Archangel Jules on here. Another little nudge. These specific archangels work with these animals. So it's like similar energies attracted to each other, and animals have their own divine mission. So then we have turtle in reverse. Be joyful and trusting. Yeah, you kind of have like a skeptic nature about you, and you don't want to take this trip or take this leap of faith. Like I feel like you're at a point in your life where you need to take a leap of faith, and this is coming out reverse because you just want to be practical. You're more of like a slow and steady mover. Like you're comfortable with where you're at, even if you're not exactly happy. But see, it's like you want to be happy, don't you? We all do. So if you take this leap, you will be able to be joyful. You just have to trust. You just have to have faith. So Archangel Jules again, double message. research the archangel, pray to this archangel, or don't. These are just messages coming through for you. A little bit more. 12th house. Yeah, your faith. See that? Your faith. You really have to tap into it. And it doesn't have to be associated with a religion, or it can if you have one. But this is all about you having faith in what your heart is telling you to do next and trusting your heart. Beautiful. And then, look, bottom of the deck. Do it in a big way. Take that leap. Okay. Sagittarius. 9th house representing Sagittarius. And Sagittarius being the traveler, the adventurer, the free thinker. But really, like, travel is really important, I think, for all of you in this pile. So go take that trip. Go take that vacay. Go where your heart is telling you to go, regardless of where it is. There's a reason for it. Okay. I need, like, a pillow for my knees. Hold on. Oh, okay. So there's that. Oh, really getting some information. It's the longest video I've done yet, but I love it. Aquamarine. This is like soothing water energy. It's like healing heart energy. It's emotional. It's renewal. It's refreshing. It's cleansing. Motherly. Aquamarine. All right, your career. Your career, Aquamarine. Pile 5 or Crystal 5. Okay. Okay, we've got engineer, domestic healing. Domestic healing. Some of you are just meant to be like in your motherly energy. And this could even be like you as a man. I'm actually getting like same-sex man relationship, but with a family, like, and you embodying more of like that, like feminine energy. But then, just in general, like, I just channeled that information for somebody. Like, it was important for me to get the message out there that, like, even if you're a man and you're in a same-sex relationship, like, it's likely that one of them is going to exhibit, like, more feminine qualities and just be more apt to it. And to be in that, like, domestic, motherly, almost, like, wife type of position, it's, like, natural to some people, regardless of, like, what society says. But I think the message of domestic healing here is, like, if you feel like your calling is to create a beautiful home and wonderful, nourishing, healthy food and, keeping the vibe fresh and the energy clean and fresh, like, and to create like a safe space and a nourishing space and a joyful space, that you're meant to do that. And that's your calling in life. And if you have novel ideas about like domesticity, and how you can heal how that's not seen in a certain way or boring, or like you're meant to kind of like bring fresh perspective on like what a domestic career can be like. You know what I mean? Like a mother or a wife or a husband. You know what I mean? Like definitely feeling like novel energy in terms of like a domestic life, a domestic career, and like really enjoying it and making it like ideal, like paradisia. I don't know why I said paradisian. Okay, we've got performance, we've got engineer. Some of you are meant to be in theater. And I'm getting an energy of like engineering like the stage sets and the production, but then also performing. Excuse me. We've got journalist, education journalist, structure. I think that applies for the theater as well as like being a education journalist addressing the structures of education and also the structures of what domestic life is and what it can be and how it can be unique for anyone. So I think structure applies for all those in different ways. Design, yeah. Costume design, theater design, definitely. Performance, yes. That's the word. Theater. I'm getting more of like live theater, like Broadway theater. But it could be like Hollywood or Bollywood or, like whatever part of the world you're in, theater or movies. And we've got retail. So a retail engineer as well. Let's see. Like you have new ideas in terms of like the structures of retail environment. And I don't think it's like literally like building the environment. I think it's like what retail is and what it can be and what it's shifting into. I'm getting more like online retail engineer. But take it how it resonates. Just if you have like ideas, if you've been having ideas about the way retail works and how you can make it work. Even just ideas about how, if it's literally just the structure of retail, like an actual brick and mortar store, which relates to another pile. I forgot which one it was. Relocation. Okay, we're going to need to clarify that because it came out reversed, but I'm not sure. Some of you, if you've really been thinking about relocating, yes, it's time to do so. But for some of you, it's a message of don't. I got beauty in reverse. Sorry, let's see. We need some more. Whoa, okay. Equality. Merchandising, yeah. Healthcare. Oh, that's another one coming through. I'm going to read them as I group them. No. Okay, for the equality, beauty, and relocation. Government politics. These are the themes. Okay, I'm seeing it now. Domestic healing, government, inequality, leader. Okay. Influencer, yes. These are the themes. This is retail. Okay. We've got them. So. Some of you, it's healthcare. Just straight up, you're passionate about healthcare for a reason, and you have unique ideas that are meant to come to the healthcare field. Some of you, it's, like I said, theater or the movies, actual performing, as well as the designing and the engineering. Sorry, one second. Okay, some of you are meant to be an education journalist. Again, your unique ideas are meant to be shared. Some of you, it's all about domesticity and healing in terms of the home. Like you're just meant to create a beautiful, amazing home. And not just. Like that's a job. That's a fucking job. To create peace and joy and nourishment. And that's enough. And some of you need to hear that. Or maybe you want to do that and like, I don't know, something else. That's okay too. But you should just trust in what you want to do. And then the last one is influencer, leader, politics, government, and equality. I think for some of you, like I'm being drawn to healthcare, the theater and the movies, the education journalist, of course, the retail, merchandising, and engineer. It's going to tie into being an influencer and a leader that shifts the politics, that addresses government structures, the structure here, and brings about more equality in the workplace is what I'm hearing. We already talked about the relocation. Trust your intuition. Like I said, if you want a personal reading, my information is below. In terms of beauty, I think this applies with domestic healing. Creating a domestic environment that expresses your ideals of beauty and believing in that and sharing it too. And then we already talked about how structures applies to all of them. So, yeah. See visuals? Visuals are important. The visuals of where you work, the visuals of where you live, they affect us consciously and subconsciously. They create feelings that influence our lives, our daily lives. So there's that. Okay. And then let's see. All right, we're going to do the archetype cards. archetypes that apply for them no matter what. Okay. There's an element of everyone who chose this pile not trusting in their own unique visions, and being scared of the power that comes from what they want to do, or being scared of the power structures already in place for challenging the status quo, whether it's just like challenging your own family or challenging like the education system, or challenging like what is the norm for how a theater production is supposed to go, or like, you know, the society and what they want from your production or from your movie. Yeah, for some of you, it's about like addressing your family and what they projected onto you as a child of like how to live your life and what's right. But you're healing that with the wounded child upright and goddess energy, whether you're a man or a woman. Yeah, the feminine energy expressed through wisdom, nature, life force, and sensuality. This is going to apply for the theater and the domestic career specifically, like just really embracing feminine energy. And there's a need for that. It's already coming back. There's a lot more respect for it now. So there's definitely a call to respect yourself for it as well. There's a reason why you are the way you are. Yeah. With the shadow attribute of the advocate, there are people working against you, but still standing strong in your power. Shadow attribute of the judge. For those of you who are going to be like a journalist and challenge like bigger structures, like you're going to receive destructive criticism. You may have some legal battles, but I'm hearing worth it. Monk, nun, selfless devotion and single-minded dedication to spirit, like your journey, trusting in it. Because it's like part of your plan, your destiny. You know what I mean? It's like the divine plan. Even if there's hardships, like you'll come out on top, or what needs to happen will happen. You're at a point in your life where there's a loss of personal identity, and you really need to find yourself again. And trust yourself again. Don't let outside people affect you, like family especially. And anyone who's like really over aggressive with trying to tell you what to do, like I'm hearing yelling, maybe even pushing, like really get them out of your life. Okay? You need to get rid of them. They're holding you back and it's abusive. And then your final card is Thief, sheds light on the potential. Oh, and there's another message with the Avenger card. Like if you see violence, whether it's verbal violence or physical violence in your profession, or in the society, or within your family, like you're meant to change that. You're meant to address that and share that information, because there's going to be other people who want to get on your team and avenge it too with the Avenger, okay? You will find the right people who get you, who vibe with you. But you're really being called to like turn inward and be strong in yourself right now, regardless of any flack you're receiving from whoever it is, because it's meant to kind of teach you and be a stepping stone to the position of authority and change that you're meant to be in society. And your final card is the light attribute of the Thief. Sheds light on the potential wealth within you that can never be stolen. Yeah, it's like this is your heart's calling, and you can be strong in that. You can be strong in your personal power, and you will be. And this is something no one can take from you, no matter what. And don't let them. Okay? With the Lover, a lot of you, like your love relationship or your marriage or your partnership, whatever it ends up being, is going to be instrumental in your career. At least supportive, inspiring your ideas, making you feel safe. Some of you are literally meant to just be, I don't even want to say the word just. A lot of you are meant to be an at-home partner, lover, wife, husband, who creates a safe, peaceful, nurturing, loving, joyful environment for your family to come home to. And that's more than enough. If anything, that's really needed. People need to see that this exists, this can exist. More people are doing it. And you can do it in your own unique way. And I got the chills. Okay. Okay, there's 5. 6 is Serpentine. Serpentine. All right, Serpentine. Domestic. Getting out of the technical field that you're in and focusing more on your domestic life. That's what you're being called to do in terms of your career right now. And I think from that, you're also going to figure out you want to be an entrepreneur and just have like a kind of a hobby, but also a side business, but focus more on like your productivity being in domestic life. Okay. We've got inventor. Yeah. That's where I was getting that. And beauty. Maybe a beauty inventor. Creating some new beauty products that should be on the market. I think that goes with domesticity, your domestic career. But definitely you need to break out of the technical career that you're in. It's not inspiring to you anymore. And for some of you, it never was. It was just safe. And it's understandable. But this is going to end up being safe and productive for you too. Yeah. Okay, then we've got travel, animals, and healing. Okay. There's a message like some of you have kind of like a compulsive need to travel. And this could be literal travel, like vacations, but I get the sense more of like moving on from job to job or person to person or location to location. And there's really a need like for your healing to kind of settle down. And it doesn't have to be like marriage or partnership, but like creating more roots for yourself is going to create healing for you and then a better career for you. With animals. Yeah, there is a need for family healing. You may be working on some childhood healing for some of you, but some of you are really meant to raise a family, even if that doesn't sound like what you're supposed to do right now, because you have some personal healing to do. Let's see. Technology entrepreneur. Okay, I think that goes with, for some of you, it's like you're supposed to create new beauty technology. For some of you, it's just all about starting your own business through technology, like possibly even having like an Etsy shop or, like a shop online, like a technology entrepreneur, like literally creating new technology or being an entrepreneur using technology, okay? Beauty inventor, that's still coming through. All right, let's clarify animals. Yeah, there's definitely a need like to stop moving on. Traveling, it's fun, but it's not going to create your healing. It's more about you creating roots and becoming more domestic and focusing on your family, childhood healing specifically, but also like having your own family, because I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised by the fact that you actually do want a family. So, oh boy, that's a lot. We've got law. Domestic family law. Some of you are meant to go into family law. Okay. Teacher. Community. Being more involved with your community. Possibly even a religious community, a spiritual community. Okay, we've got photographer. Some of you, the entrepreneurial job is about photography or beauty photography. That's coming through here. Design. Technology and design, graphic design. Being an entrepreneur with graphic design. That's coming through. Okay. For some of you, yes, you are meant to relocate, but once you do, you're meant to stop moving around and really develop roots, okay? Because this came out upright. This is for a small group of you because I think a lot of you kind of just compulsively move like from job to job or location to location. So, and that's preventing you from like actually like having the career that you're supposed to have. And journalist, there's journalist here. So, where does journalist go? I think that is like blogging is what I'm getting. Like a beauty blogger where you also have like photos. We've got beauty, photographer, and journalist. To invent new ways of like new techniques for beauty, new products for beauty. I'm definitely getting more of like a blogger, technology, maybe graphic design involving a blog. Yeah, that's. And then there's videography, which is coming out. Yeah, this is all going together now. For a very small group of you, you've been trying to choose which area of law, and it should be domestic law, family law. For some of you, you are in a technical profession, and it's extremely excruciating for you to even go to work. You're extremely bored and unchallenged, and you need to break out of that. Some of you are meant to be a spiritual community teacher. Yeah, in your spiritual teacher in your community. So you should get more involved with like spirituality and your community, and just reach out, attend services, go meet new people in this area, and you'll see how it happens. We already talked about the travel and the healing, the relocation. Now there's an animal message here, and I need to figure out what it is. You know how I'm going to do that? Animal deck. What is the message of animal here for someone's career? Okay. So it's an animal message, rather. Be patient and focused. Okay? You kind of feel like this is a difficult energy for you, but it's going to teach you a lot. If you can be patient and focused on what you want to create and trust in the process, take baby steps, you know? Like I was saying, like putting yourself out there in the community, if that's the case, or just one blog post, if that's the case, you know, taking more domestic and family law, like one new class, if that's the case. Baby steps. Be patient and focused on what you know, what it is that you need to do next, and then take that next step. And that next step, it's going to be like a very calculated, successful process, the way Kingfisher is when they fish. And then with the prepare for change in reverse, you are really resisting this change within yourself. But if you really embrace it, really pay attention to your thoughts and your actions and how they correlate, and your feelings, you know, like a renewed passion for life, then take those slow steps and you'll notice how this change actually is really good for you. Yeah, you're resisting the change, but it's really going to work out for you in the end. There's an element here of listening more to others. Others have a lot more to teach you than you may realize. But also setting healthy boundaries. Fashion is coming through here for the blogging. That's going to play in there. I just feel like there's one more. Okay. Okay. Do it in a big way. Do it in a big way. Even if it's scary. If you really feel like you have a calling for it, you're meant to. This is Sagittarius energy. You can travel without traveling is the message here. And for some of you where you're actually being called to relocate, do it. And then set your roots. This is Sagittarius 9th house energy. Okay. Yeah. Realize your passions and then act like a leader in your own life, with this being bottom of the deck. Cool. I gotta split the videos.